1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Out there in Mandolin land, Mike Heading here, coming to you today with the old gospel song, This World Is Not My Home, in the key of A. I did this lesson for banjo a few weeks back, and I thought it'd be fun to do a mandolin version. We're going to work on a classic melody in the key of A, using a lot of slides, kind of alternate picking, and a lot of ideas you could apply to a lot of other bluegrass songs in the key of A. I've got two solos for this one. They're playing the same melody line. The verse and the chorus melody are the same for the song. So you could interchange each solo however you like. And I'll break down both the solos note for note just as I played at the beginning. And then for the backup section, we're going to learn how to play the chords to the song. We're going to use a B chord, the 2 chord in this song, which is very common in gospel songs. So we'll break down a couple different spots on the neck to play the chords to the song. All right, here's This World Is Not My Home in the key of A. Let's start breaking it down. Here we go. All right, let's start breaking down this first solo to This World Is Not My Home. Let's play like the first 9 measures. That'll kind of give you a sense of the opening melody line, and then we'll start breaking it down phrase by phrase. Here we go. Do that again. I'll do it really slow. And a little faster. So we're going to start with our pickup. We're going to play on the and of beat 1, the open A string. So 1 and upstroke. And then play the 2nd fret on the D string with your index finger, downstroke, and then 2, 4 on the D string, down, up, and then open A. So you have 1, 1. And if that was tricky for you, or if you didn't like that upstroke, you could just take it out and play 1, just beat 1's total rest, and then... But adding that little offbeat pickup kind of is like a banjo-inspired pickup. So we have 1. So that's what we're doing there. So 1. And then go up to the A string, and you're going to play 2nd fret and then 4th fret, down, ups. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And what I want you to practice there, if you're more of a beginner or intermediate player, is make sure you're keeping your index finger down, right? So don't do this. Do not do this, where you're like lifting that finger up, because we're going to be going right back to that note, you can see. So we're kind of keeping that finger down as our anchor. So we're just doing down ups, 1 and 2 and then 3, 4, kind of bringing out the melody there. And then open A string. So the melody kind of starts up here, right, on the 4th fret. And then we're going to the open A string, and we're just going to fill that up with a slide. So what we're going to do is go down to the D string and do a 4 to 7 slide, which is where that note's the same if you're in tune. And you can slide off right away, or you can keep that finger up there, whatever you want. So we have just like, let's do 2 and 3 together. We have... Not too hard. Let's put all 3 together. So we have 1. Don't slide too quick. Get enough of that first note. And also just keep your right hand moving during that slide. And then on the D chord, so that's the first two measures are A. We'll break this down in the backup, and then we're going to a D chord, the 4 chord. And we're going to play like a little lick. We're going to play the second fret, which is outside of the D. It's not a chord tone of D, but it's a note that works with D. We're going to play that note, open A, and then down up on the A, and then 4th fret. Not too hard, so we have down, 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 up, down. Following the pick direction would be recommended on this lesson. The pick directions below the tab. The staple-looking symbols are the downstrokes. V-looking symbols are upstrokes. And then land here in measure 5 on the 2nd fret. And then we're going to do just this little like bouncing where we're going to go. So down, down, up, down, down. Kind of like a mandolin or fiddle-inspired way to just fill up a long note instead of just like playing. What you could do, and probably is technically like how you would sing it. You're not going to sing those little moves, but they make like longer phrases like that a lot more interesting, right? So instead of just right, not super interesting, but we're going. And remember, keep your index finger down when you do those little bounces. You can also do them with like an open string. Something like that, you'll see a lot. You'll also see them a lot on like slides, like something like this. We'll be doing those later, but just again, you're not really like changing the melody there, but you're just like filling it up with like what I call like a little bounce, where you're just bouncing one note higher and then coming right back. So let's play those first 5 measures. Here we go. 1. Now we have our next phrase, 4/7 slide. So we're kind of running up the scale. So the basic melody would be, and what we're doing is we're just filling it up with a slide to make it sound more interesting and like bigger. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So I'm going 4/7 slide, open, open, and then 2, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then high E, same thing here. And then 4/7 slide to fill this up. So you have. You can also do the slide at the beginning if you want to try a little variation. And then you just have to fill out the rest of the measure. But I like doing that open string first. Just kind of helps the melody pop out a little bit there. The melody is, right, that's the, if though heaven's not my home, and then we're going to go, oh Lord, what will I do? So that's that part of the song if you know the lyrics. It's a really good song to practice your slides though. Those 4/7 slides are used all the time. And then slide back down and play. We're going to go to a 2 chord, 2 major. We'll break this down in the back of B and then E. And we're going to play 4th fret with your middle finger on the A string. And then 2nd fret. And then go into a quick little double stop. Move your middle finger to the 4th fret of the D string, which is like a B double stop. So we're going to go. And then I take my index finger off at the very end. So you have. And then put it back down, take your middle finger off, and play the top 2 strings, which is going to be like an E double stop. So we have, just to try and get a little bit of that harmony. You could play like a simpler version would be, and just staying on that 2nd fret the whole time, right? 4, 2, 2. But you don't hear the harmony, where if we do it this way, then we kind of hear that change from the B to the E, which is kind of nice. So just a subtle thing, but if you want to make it easier, you can just play the 2nd fret on the A string on its own. But let's play it from that slide from the E, what is that, measure 7. And on the E measure 9, I'm going down, down, up, down, down. Make sure you're getting both the strings there. It's good practice. So that's like the B lick we're doing. We're going to use that in the second solo as well. So let's practice it a few more times. It's also good practice to get those two. So we have